Hi, my name is Federico and I'm the owner and executive creative director of a small agency here in Portland, Oregon called Juicebox. And we bought the FX3 as soon as it came out. And there's a few quirks that I've learned about the camera or that I've noticed about the camera that I didn't see people talking about it before I bought it. So I figured I'd help you out. Again, I'm not a cinematographer or videographer. There's a few quirks that I've talked with other people about that no one really mentioned before I bought the camera. So. The first thing is the microphone. No one really recommended any sort of microphones with this. There's a lot of great XLRs out there, but you need a very specific one to fit properly on the Sony XLR mount with the handle. The one that I like the most is actually the Audio-Technica AT875R. It's the perfect size, great audio quality, and it comes with an L-shaped XLR cable, which, again, I wish I would have known I needed, but luckily it came with it. But you need a short L-shaped XLR cable or your hand won't fit on the top handle. It's also short enough to where you can put the back on it and it doesn't go too far forward, or you don't have to slide it too far back for it to be balanced. So it's a perfect length and it comes with an L-shaped thing. The other mic that I'd recommend for this, so the Audio-Technica was, I think, $250, and it was a great price point. But if you need something even cheaper, the sound quality is almost just as good. Like, you could barely notice the difference. It's this Sony shotgun mic. It's very light, the same length as that one, so it's the perfect length. I'll put the description here. I can't find any numbers on it, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that came with the previous version of this. The other thing, too, is, like I said, this is the normal XLR cables that come with mics like this. They suck because this hits your hand. You need the L-shaped one. The other thing that is annoying, the second thing, is the Sony audio interface doesn't come with the grommet or the rubber gasket needed to fit the mic on it. So you have to either buy that yourself, but I was lucky again that it came with it. So the Audio-Technica came with the rubber gasket. And so that's what I've been using, and that's awesome. But I've seen a bunch of videographers either taping using gaff tape or using, like, going to Home Depot and buying a rubber tube and cutting that. But that transfers sound from when you touch the handle. And so you need the actual rubber gasket to kind of absorb and dampen that sound. The third thing is the battery life. Because the audio unit and the mic are using phantom power, it's using power from the battery, the camera battery. So it doesn't last as long as the batteries on something like this when I would shoot videos with this, because the microphone had its own battery, and because nothing was, and then even my monitor had its own battery, nothing was really taking power from this, so the battery lasted much longer. There's other mics that already have like a built-in battery, so you can avoid that, but it still drains a lot of power. So keep that in mind. Number 4 is cage recommendations. No one really kind of recommended any sort of cages. I just pre-ordered the Condor Blue cage. It's the semi-cage in black. They have an all-black version now for the FX3, so I pre-ordered that, but that's really the only cage I see that I've seen for the FX3, so that's be a recommendation for if you're looking for a cage, because it's not a true cageless design. A lot of people don't know what that side cable is right above the HDMI cable. That little screw, it's not really for anything else other than Small Rig is now selling an HDMI like clip. So that's what that's for. The other thing is the handle has a space at the top for a hot shoe mount, but not just any hot shoe mount. It has a space available. You see those little holes in the promo footage at the top? That's for a hot shoe mount that actually comes already with the camera. So I bought like a Small Rig hot shoe little plate thinking that it didn't have it, but it already comes with one. And it has like a place for those little holes so that it doesn't rotate. So that's pretty nice. And I wish I would have known that, so I didn't buy Small Rig ones, but I'm sure they'll come in handy once I have the cage. last but not least, actually, and no one had really talked about this except for literally this morning, Danny, I think Danny Grevitz is his name, released a video talking about a few things about his FX3. He's awesome. He had mentioned this too, but the camera actually does get very hot. Now this is a pretty big deal, but no one really complained about it with the A7S III. But with the FX3, it has an added fan and an added gap. And so you'd think it'd cool much quicker, but the fan just turns on very often. And even with the fan turned on like high, so like it doesn't turn on until the camera's really hot, it actually still gets pretty hot. So that's something to consider. It doesn't really affect audio quality, especially if you're using a shotgun mic like this, because it has very good rejection at the very back. So anyways, that's it. I rambled on because I didn't take any notes, because if I didn't do this now, I was never gonna do it. So anyways, find me on Instagram, find us on Instagram. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please DM me there. And freaking, if I watch one more freaking YouTube video that says FX3, it's just the A7S III in a different body, and then that's their whole review, please stop immediately. That's so irritating. I watch like 6 videos that just say that. Say something unique. Gosh, it's so irritating. Anyways, those are a few quirks. Hopefully you learned something new. If I'm wrong, leave me a bad comment down below. Freaking see you later, suckers.